Welcome to The Story Is. Kenny Ortega joining us live here on set. Thank you so much.
What
Congrats.
a pleasure. Thank you so much. Great being on The Story.
Thank you very much. So what does that mean to you, the first ever Dance Hall of Fame with that list?
I know. I mean, to be inducted into that circle, these are legends. You know, every one of them has impacted my life. Every one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I could go on and on about each and every one of them and how they, Gene Kelly, I mean.
Your mentor, right?
My mentor.
What did Gene Kelly teach you?
Well, Gene Kelly and I, you know, we were working on this little movie called Xanadu, and they wanted him to dance, and he said, I'll do it, but Kenny's going to choreograph and direct it. So he gave me my first job as a director and choreographer on a film, put a viewfinder around my neck, and then, you know, when we went, he invited me back to his home. Patricia and Gene invited me to their home, and he taught me his art of designing choreography for the camera. And he said, Kenny, you're never going to be happy with the end result of your work in film if you're not responsible for where the camera is. And so he would break down all of his movies for me and talk to me about why he put the camera in a position, how he moved a camera along a dolly, and changed my life, you know? Yeah.
And so you not only choreographed, but you directed so many movies and TV shows yourself. I want to put up on the screen a list of some of the things that you have choreographed, which is unbelievable. So Xanadu, you mentioned, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, Newsies, Hocus Pocus, Michael Jackson's This Is It, High School Musical, Descendants, Olympic opening ceremonies. That's not even the full list. And you think about that, some of the most iconic moments in the history of film.
Thank you so much.
Including Dirty Dancing, which is going to be honored as part of the Hall of Fame ceremony, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, my partner from Dirty Dancing, my lead dancer, Doriana Sanchez, and I have got a little something that we're going to be doing there with dancers on the night.
Yeah, and that's the Gloria Kaufman Performing Arts Center here in Los Angeles on December 3rd. And so many of those things have impacted people. But you say that the Disney work really is kind of the biggest? Or?
Well, I mean, you know, Rich Ross and Gary Marsh, when they invited me in to do a High School Musical with them, said, we've been waiting for years for the right guy to come in. We believe there's an audience out there that's going to love this. And lo and behold, it really became a phenomena. And I, you know, it's the impact that it's had on young people, you know, and they come back to it and they come back to it and they come back to it because they see a reflection of themselves in it, you know, and they see their own potential, you know, and it's an empowering work as all of my stuff at Disney has been. And so it's what keeps me working. It's what I enjoy the most is saying yes to projects that I believe are going to be more than just entertaining, but that are going to impact the viewer in ways that can empower, you know, and inspire and help them grow.
Why does dance matter?
Well, my goodness. I mean, from the beginning of television and film, it was the first thing there. Choreographers were the first people invited in when they were testing cameras to see what they could do for live broadcast. That dance can tell story. It can in ways move you, you know, in ways that words perhaps, you know, need a little help with. That's why I love, you know, telling story, you know, driven by dance and song, because I feel that it's just a great partner in storytelling.
I mean, you have worked with the greatest of all time. I mean, Gene Kelly, Michael Jackson, is that 1A? I mean, who would you say is
Michael Jackson was another incredible mentor, younger than I, but my God, his whole thing about, you know, Kenny, we can't let fear into the room. Fear only gets into the way of creativity. You know, he would lock those doors up and keep anyone out that might want to be talking about anything other than the creative process. And that was his genius. That's why he was able to accomplish what he accomplished, that the rooms were always filled with, you know, optimism and belief, you know, and that the only argument was, you know, whether we believe something would stick on the wall overnight and still be valuable to us the next morning, you know. But an amazing human being to work with, so gifted and knowing of so much more than I think people ever realized. And I hope
so. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think, you know, This Is It, the documentary that we made, which was never going to be a movie, I think exposed his genius, his understanding of music composition, of orchestrations, of choreography, of concept. We were full-on partners, and boy, he kept me running.
There's this great moment when you guys are doing Human Nature, right? And he just says, like, simmer, right? And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
I wanna
keeps
simmer, yeah.
Yeah, and just like the way that he controlled everything was so amazing to witness.
Generous, loving, special human being.
So there's a lot of people that are scared to dance, that are embarrassed to dance. They go to a wedding, they stand in the back, they don't know what to do. What do you say to those people?
Speaking of weddings, don't do the baby Johnny lift at your wedding unless you've got a choreographer that is, or a dance teacher that is working with you, because so many brides have fallen on their heads.
Yeah, their grooms throw their back out. Talking about the dirty dancing, the lift. What would be your advice for people that maybe are starting out in dancing or don't know that much but want to feel good at something?
I think you
like
have to trust yourself. You know, you have to throw caution to the wind. You have to believe that there's a dancer inside of you, you know, waiting to come out, waiting to be awakened. You know, I've worked with a lot of people. Matthew Broderick, when we did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he sat on the floor. We were stretching the first day we ever met, and he was like, ah, you know, and then he, you know, he turned into a rock star out there in the middle of that parade sequence days later. That I think it's just really about surrendering your fears and just trusting that, you know, that exists within all of us.
What'd you tell Matthew Broderick that got him there?
I think I just said, relax. We're going to have a ball of fun. You know, you know, I like to work from inside out, not the outside in. I'm not going to throw anything on you that doesn't feel organic or authentic to yourself.
So obviously we're seated right now, so which is not the way you would usually dance. But if you had somebody else and you're giving them some advice, you want to train me up for a move. If you're sitting in the chair, what would you suggest?
Well, I would say we're the waist up here, but we've got these swivel chairs, and I think it's important to, you know, loosen up your hips. Can we get a little music?
All right.
Yeah, grind to the right and to the left.
Yeah.
That's a little dirty dancing right there.
That's a little dirty
Loosen up those
dancing.
hips.
Yeah.
Open up the vessel.
Okay, there we go.
You got it. That's it, Alex.
Oh, let's see. Look at that
Loosen
rhythm.
the shoulders. That's it.
We're almost there. I got a little more work to do, but thank you very much. Congratulations,
My pleasure.
Hall of Famer.
Thank you.
Kenny Ortega.
Thank
That sounds
you so
pretty
much.
good, doesn't it?
It's an honor, man. A real honor of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. We could talk to you all day. We could do a podcast for an hour with you, but in the meantime, take us to break with the show us a little.
There you go. You
little
got it.
more.
Yeah. Roll
We'll be
those
right
shoulders back a little bit. There you go.